had a chance to review the Goldstone report, and being a military guy, all of you know what the Goldstone report is? The Goldstone report was an international report, international court that came out and picked an international judge named Goldstone. I believe he's from South Africa. He's from South Africa, and where he was put in charge of writing a report that it was about a 500 and some odd page report that was an investigation on the attacks into Gaza and Palestine. And this was during the Israeli, part of the Israeli occupation, part of the attacks, as well as some of the review went into historical background into Israel's actions in Lebanon. Here's what I will say. My viewpoint comes to this. If you truly want peace in the Middle East, and I'm going to ask you on this one to turn off the camera. You won't? On this one, I'm going to ask you to turn off.
Ask them to leave then.
No, I'm going to tell you what the answer is. But Bill, can I ask you a favor? He can hear my voice, but if you can stand, because I'm going to just make one comment. You can hear me. I just don't want to be filmed, because I'm going to tell you, because I'm also still in the military. So any portion, just a little bit, anything that I have to say now because of my military title is not an endorsement by the Department of the Army or Department of Defense. I have to say that because I'm still in the individual ready reserve as a military officer. So I have to state that, number one. And number two, if you can still stand there for a second. Number two, I truly believe if you want peace in the Middle East, you will kick Hezbollah out of Lebanon.
Yeah.
If you kick Hezbollah, here's where I stand on that. Number one is, if the reality is, if there's going to be land for peace or a two-state solution, that it has to happen with both the Palestinians and the Israelis deciding it together. But of course, most people will say that Israel has the power to dominate and to put in the settlements. A lot of the settlements are created by Israelis that come from foreign countries, especially from Russia. Those settlements, I do believe, are Israeli settlements, that they should be part of Israel. The two-state solution was broken from the beginning, where you separated Palestine into two parts. As you know, Palestine is separated, and you've got Hamas and the other Palestinian Authority right now controlling two different sections. As you know, Israel has identified the Palestinian Authority as the true rightful leaders of Palestine. Hamas tends to do more civil military operations, more charity, so to speak, to win the hearts and minds of their own people. You won't have peace until the Palestinians are pushed. Well, not pushed. Let me restructure that word. You will not have peace until they decide to have peace themselves between the Palestinians and Israelis. We can interject as much as we want. We can, but we can't force it. And if we force it, one way or another, we will cause all-out war. And that's the problem that you've got in the Middle East.
But this was a nuclear power, not only nuclear power, also a neutron power.
Yes, they are nuclear power, but they've never used it.
Too.
And they have not used it. And they have not used it. And that's one positive that I can point to. Yes, sir.